At any moment, FedEx can tell you where that package is. Yet, we let people come into this country with visas, and the minute they come in, we lose track of them. We need to have a system that tracks you from the moment you come in, however long your visa is, then we go get you and tap you on the shoulder and say, excuse me, thanks for coming, time to go.
That was Christie explaining what he would do with people who've overstayed their visas. What do you think of it? Well, we've got a fair and balanced debate on this question this morning. Joining us, National Tea Party leader and former Texas congressional candidate Katrina Pearson and syndicated columnist Ruben Navarrete, joining us from San Diego. Welcome to you both. So, Ruben, let's just dispense with some of the propaganda here. I don't think Christie, he says he's not suggesting people are packages. And let's take him at his word on that. He is saying that a lot of people overstay their visas, and the United States has a right to ask them to leave once they do that. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that, Tucker, is that Christie's now proven he doesn't understand the immigration debate or the immigration issue. There's three things wrong with this proposal. One is we know exactly where these people are. If they come in on visas, we know where they went to college, where they work, where their employer, we have their home addresses. The problem has not been locating these people. It's been having the political will to actually get rid of them or deport them. That's a different story. Secondly, when people talk about FedEx or about technology, they play into this notion that somehow this is really an engineering problem. You can solve this on a whiteboard if you just come up with the right idea to build a better mousetrap. Again, back to political will, we have a broken immigration system because we have people who are addicted to illegal immigrant labor but won't admit their addiction.
Yeah.
And lastly, Christie's the last person to talk about immigration because he's been, Tucker, all over the map. In New Jersey, he signed a bill to allow for in-state tuition for illegal immigrants,
right,
and then later denounced the very idea.
Well,
so he's not the best person on immigration.
Personally, I think your second 2 points are entirely valid. What about that, Katrina? This is a political problem. I mean, of course, if we wanted to end illegal immigration, we could probably end a lot of it, maybe not all, but most of it, but we haven't.
Well, and you're right. We could end it just by simply enforcing our current laws. And unfortunately, though, we don't know where a lot of these people are. For example, DHS has lost track of 6,000 students who came in on student visas, some who never showed up for school. However, those universities should have notified the authorities, but they didn't. So there are several thousand, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people that cannot be located. So this analogy of tracking and identifying, we should be able to do it either with or without technology. It seems the government has no trouble finding people that don't pay their taxes or finding dads that don't pay their child support. So there's definitely a way to do it.
Well, how about that, Ruben? If I don't pay my taxes, the IRS will catch up with me. Why not just use that technology for people who overstay their visas?
Well, the IRS is pretty good at finding you, but ICE is also no slouch when it comes to that. ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, was able to find during Barack Obama's 6.5 years 2 million people who were in this country illegally and deported them all. So don't worry about ICE. ICE can keep up with the best of them in terms of finding people. So if you have the political will to go after those folks, and Barack Obama did because he wanted to prove he was a tough guy going after illegal immigration, then everything else falls into place, Tucker. But if you don't have the political will,
but one of the problems,
I missed that part.
One of the problems, Tucker, is ICE does pick up people and deport some, maybe, but they're also releasing people, criminals, not just people that overstayed their visas, but murderers back into society. So I'd say that's probably not the technology we want to use.
In 10 seconds, Katrina, as someone who opposes illegal immigration, are you worried about a national ID card that the rest of us will have to show our papers in an effort to fight illegal immigration?
No, I don't think so. I think if we do get back to the laws on the books, we can resolve a lot of these problems and end all the magnets.
Okay. Thanks so much to you both. That was really interesting.